Hey guys, it's Cher, and today I'm going to be testing / comparing 3 different self-tanners. I know this goes without saying, but I have next to no color, like in my skin tone. I can fake it a little bit for the camera with some bronzer. I wish that I could tan, but I just don't tan very well, and even when I do, the tans never last if it's like a sun tan. And beyond that, I know the sun isn't great for your skin, so typically, unless it's a special occasion, I try to stay out of the sun, I try to wear sunscreen, I try not to use tanning beds that often. Not that there's anything wrong with being really pale, I just get into these phases where I want a tan. So I thought today, for this video, I would buy 3 different self-tanning products and test them all out, and also do a little bit of a comparison between them and see which one gives the best color, which one doesn't turn me orange, which one doesn't turn me green. Don't even ask. The 3 self-tanners that I'm going to be trying out and comparing today are the Jergens Natural Glow Lotion, the Naked Skin Gradual Glow Moisturizer, and the L'Oreal Paris Sublime Bronze Self-Tanning Towelettes. It's a lot of words. I've used the Jergens Natural Glow before in either middle school or high school. Back then, it definitely turned me slightly orange, but supposedly since then, they have changed their formula. I don't know how true that is, it's just something I've read. And apparently the formula is a lot better now, and it's supposed to not make you look orange, it's supposed to look more natural. This is in the fair to medium skin tone range. It's a pretty popular drugstore self-tanning product. It's supposed to act as a daily moisturizer that slowly gives you a natural looking, glowy tan appearance. And then after a week, you can use it as often as you want to keep up the tan. As far as I know, you can get this at basically any drugstore. I think I bought mine at Walmart and I only paid like 10 bucks for it. So it's definitely on the cheaper side of the self-tanning products. It claims to have no smell, which is a pretty common complaint that you hear about self-tanners, is that they smell like self-tanner. The second self-tanner is the Naked Skin Gradual Glow Daily Tan Moisturizer. This is also supposed to build a natural looking gradual tan. The color is supposed to develop over 4 to 8 hours, and it can also be used daily or as often as you want until you reach your desired tan color. It also claims 0 smell on the back of the tube, so it says it is for all skin types. I'm a little skeptical about that claim because I just don't understand how someone who is as pale as me could use the same self-tanner as someone who is a little bit darker and get similar results, because yeah, I just don't see how that works. I bought the one that you can supposedly use on your face and body. This I do not think is a drugstore product. I bought mine at Ulta for $15. As a matter of fact, I've only ever seen it in Ulta, but I'm sure you could also buy it other places, but that is where I saw it, so that's where I picked it up at. Lastly, we have the L'Oreal Paris Sublime Bronze Self-Tanning Towelettes. So moving away from the lotion, I've never tried self-tanning towelettes before. I've only ever stuck with moisturizer / lotion. So I'm curious to see what results the towelettes give, and if they're any more or less streaky than I've had other lotions be. They're single-use individual wipes that supposedly give you a streak-free tan. If these do work, I can definitely see how they would be convenient for traveling purposes. I got these in medium because I did not see them in light. Guess we'll see how that works out. And it says the tan should develop in 2 to 4 hours. I'm pretty sure you can get these at any drugstore too. I think I got mine at Walgreens or Rite Aid. I think I paid $9, but I'm seeing them listed as anything from $7 to $14, depending on where you buy them from. Now, before I use any of these on my full body and make a fool out of myself, my plan is to test them all out on my arm so I can compare the different shades of color that they give me. I've learned my lesson with self-tanner before and having orange hands, so I'm gonna be using gloves while applying these. If you've ever used self-tanner and haven't washed your hands immediately afterwards, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Closest to my elbow is going to be the Jergens Natural Glow. The middle section of my arm is going to be the Naked Skin. And the last section closest to my wrist is going to be the L'Oreal Towelettes. Alright, I am back. The tans have developed. I have a new background, and it's a completely different day. So I let all the tanning products sink in and gave them a minute to kick in. And prepare yourself, because it is a shock, the difference between my actual skin and the tan skin. Just saying. So on first glance, it might look like every single shade is orange, and that is because it is. To be fair, no matter what, any type of tanning product is going to come off a little bit darker on me than it would on someone with a normal complexion who didn't look like Casper. This area was the Jergens Natural Glow, this middle area was the Naked Skin, and then the last patch was the L'Oreal Towelettes. The Jergens Natural Glow is obviously the most natural looking one. I tried to put even coats of these on, and I Tried to separate them too, as you can see. I think the one that looks the most natural for me would either be the Jergens Natural Glow or the Naked Skin. Ironically, they go in a row from lightest to darkest. To put these to another test, it's winter, so I'm still wearing pants everywhere, so you wouldn't be able to see this, but I kind of want to use one of the L'Oreal towelettes on one leg and then use the Naked Skin lotion on the other leg and see what the difference is and how it looks on a larger part of your body than just one little patch of skin on your arm. So I think I'm going to do that and then check back in again. Alright, so it's the next day and I'm back with my unevenly tanned legs. And you can very clearly see where I stopped putting the self-tanner on because my feet are so white. So on my left leg I used the towelette, and then on my right leg I used the Naked Skin lotion. I think that color wise they look pretty even. Not as far as streaking goes, because obviously there is some streaking on both legs, but I don't feel like either leg got darker than the other. So I would say that both products give the same color payoff in around the same amount of time. Something I noticed with the towelette that I really liked was that it dried really quickly, whereas the leg with the lotion on it took forever to dry. I could actually feel it sticking to things when I would sit down and stand back up. I'm not really surprised by the parts of my legs that are streaky because I just knew what to expect because I've used self-tanner before. Right around my knees, super orange, and right around my ankles, super orange. I think that I noticed a little bit more streaking with the Naked Skin leg than I do with the towelette leg. Like right around this area. But I think the towelette overall gave a more even tan, which I'm kind of surprised about. Also, it's a positive because, like I said, I really liked how fast it dried down, whereas the lotion just kind of stays wet and sticky for a long time. The towelettes did not smell as much like self-tanner as the lotion did. The Naked Skin lotion smells so strong. It smells so much like self-tanner, which I'm pretty sure on the bottle it even said that it was scentless, so that's a lie. With the towelette, I did not really notice that. Maybe a slight smell, but definitely not as strong as the Naked Skin. Alright you guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me test these different self-tanning products out. Unfortunately, I still have not found that perfect self-tanning product to give me a nice healthy glow instead of a bright orange tan. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have tried any successful self-tanning lotions, sprays, wipes, what other forms do they come in? Let me know if you guys have ever tried anything that worked for you. Unfortunately, everything that I've tried so far has been a pretty orange or green for some reason, or otherwise just discolored and doesn't look good on me. So at least it was a funny experience. And if you guys have any suggestions of any self-tanning products I should try, or if there's anything specific that you want to see me try next, it doesn't necessarily have to be self-tanner, then let me know down in the comments. Also, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you liked watching it so I know what kind of videos to film next. Subscribe to my channel down below and click the bell notification so you know when I post new videos. Also, all my social media are linked below if you want to find me on places that aren't YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!